And I'm here with Achilles Complex.
Hey, what
Dougfest
is up?
night number 2.
Yoo-hoo! Thank you for
And
having
we got
me.
beers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Woo, cheers, everybody.
There we go.
Spill it all over.
Yeah, spill it all over the
Yeah.
shit. Can you please introduce yourselves? What do you do in the band?
Harley. I am the guitarist and vocalist for Achilles Complex, one of.
And I'm Zach, I'm the drummer.
The drummer. All right, boys. How great is it being a part of Dougfest?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. We're a part of Dougfest 1.
Oh, yeah, you guys did it last year as well?
Yeah.
Double dipping.
Double dipping, hoping to triple dip.
Gonna be in the Tokyo Dougfest.
Tokyo Drift. There's got to be a play on words we can figure out.
Yeah,
there for
like
Dougfest 3.
Free Doug.
Free Doug. Yeah. It doesn't.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Tokyo Girl.
Tokyo Fest.
Yeah. It's just so wholesome. He's built this whole community
I know.
around Last Place and around Dougfest. And not only that, but there's been like Dougfest Junior and emo nights, and
Yeah.
he's just become a promoter that's just a bro. He's just a mate. You know, it's
just
really
on-
wholesome.
Yeah, I've said on here a few times now. I'm just blown away by how organised it is. Because
It's
most
very
musicians
stress-free.
were
Yeah.
horrific at organising things.
Yeah.
Super chill.
Yeah,
It's probably stress-free because he's not a musician, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You got someone outside of it, right?
Yeah.
So it just makes things a lot easier for everybody else and like knows what's going on. You're worrying about your set normally, and also all the other things that go on with an
Well,
event.
and he's
Yeah.
also just picked bands that he wants to hear.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it's cohesive enough without it being like the same band like 10 times in a row. Yeah, like sometimes shows can turn into that.
Yeah.
For sure. No, I know what you mean. Where did the name come from, Achilles Complex?
Well, it's
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary.
Not like band name generator or something?
No. Well, we were like, what the hell do we call ourselves? And one of us came up. I can't remember who came across. It might have been you. Napoleon Complex. Came
That
up.
made me laugh.
Yeah. We're like, maybe not that.
You're not
It's
Napoleon
not about
Complex.
that, because a lot of our stuff was like, we're big on mental health.
Yeah.
Right. And we came across Achilles Complex, and it's essentially, you know, everyone knows the story of Achilles and how he essentially thinks he's immortal, you know, but really, you know, he's just as weak as the rest of us, and needs
Yeah.
help, actually needs friends and support. And you know, he's got his weakness.
It's
the
like
Achilles
it's
heel.
hubris, basically.
Yeah. So
That's really
kind of
sweet.
How it came to be, yeah.
It's really wholesome.
Well, we're kind of just like, all really cuddly, all of us, really.
It's a bit of a clunky name sometimes, but
Yeah.
you know.
It's really funny because I know how to say, like, when I look at your band name, I think just because I don't know, I'm a bit special with reading, I was like, I know it's Achilles, but my brain's
Yeah.
like Achilles.
Yeah, we get that. We get that more often than I would have thought.
I was like,
Yeah.
I know it's Achilles, but my brain says
Yeah,
Achilles.
people
I don't know.
spell it Achilles as well. They put an
Achilles.
R in there. We got a master back
yeah.
recently from an engineer who put R Achilles in our
Achilles.
master. We're like, that's fine. That's okay.
I mean, no one's going to hear the spelling, right?
No.
Yeah, I suppose not. But I'm glad I'm not alone on that. You guys performed with an orchestra
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah.
last
Yeah.
year, was it, or the year before?
What was that? Was that last year?
That was last year. That was
It was
when my
part of
ticket
a-
last
assignment.
year.
Yeah, it was for Wintech. So he was studying Bachelor of Media Arts music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the fuck was that? That's like a musician's dream. That's like a.
It was pretty special. It was
Yeah.
kind of daunting because the environment was different.
Yeah, around like classical musicians, and yeah, you've got to try and I guess transpose your music and stuff to
Well,
an orchestra arrangement.
the paper itself. So it wasn't just us or anything like
Sorry,
that. It
is
was
the
like
microphone a bit
sorry.
closer, bro?
Oh, sorry. It wasn't just us. It was everyone who does that final year paper does it, and you've got to. Typically, the idea is that you'd transform your whatever previous pieces into a straight orchestral piece. But I was like, it'd be a bit cooler to do like an S&M style thing.
Yeah.
And so it was writing all the parts around what we're already doing, and then altering parts of the songs to make it work a little bit better.
Yeah.
That track was Hunted, which is not released, but we are playing that tonight at some point.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a really interesting vibe too, and he had to remind me to just perform like you would live, like put guts into it because
Yeah.
it felt different, it felt restrained. But
Yeah, I
still had
suppose
to
it would
give
be, wouldn't it?
The balls I normally would, in this kind of setting. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds huge with that sort of orchestration going on.
Yeah. It's like that'd be like one of my if I ever wrote a song, that'd be like up there with like one of the top things you could do as a musician.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have to get the multi-tracks off Brad.
Backing track.
Yeah. Chuck that into the tracks.
Yeah,
I can't remember how we changed the song.
You should. What else we got? Okay. You guys have quite a lot of gear, I noticed. You guys are quite the pedal nerds and all that. How long have you spent dialing in a guitar tone? What's the longest amount of time you've spent dialing in a guitar tone?
6 years.
6 years?
No, I've gone through like 5 iterations of my setup, like on the pedal, because it's all digital, right? I don't mess with amps anymore. I kind of did that for a bit, and then I threw the amp away. Well, no, it's at his house now. And I just plug straight in. But yeah, I'm always tweaking gain staging settings every now and then, like how much gain can I get away with while still having, being able to pull back and get a cleaner sound. But yeah, largely it stayed the same for about 6 months now, which I'm proud of.
Yeah, so mostly all digital. Yeah, because with like tube amps, I'm trying to get rid of mine at the moment actually, and like what I found is like it's so awesome to have it, but practically.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like not. It's like it's impractical.
No,
which is just sucks. And also, if you want to get the tone, you got to turn it up real loud. And
it's for a studio or a stadium.
Yeah, exactly. There's no in between.
No, you can't bring it to a dive bar and expect anyone to hear the vocalist.
Yeah, it's the size of the stage thing, I think, because like I would rather that we could play with real amps. They do genuinely sound more responsive. It's probably the better way to put it. And the performance is usually better, but it sounds significantly worse in a place like this than just emulating it. We keep the real bass, though. Jordan will always play through a bass amp because it just feels better for us.
Feels better on the stage.
There's a feedback you get immediately, that you don't get from a sub pushing most of it that way and some of the low end this way, and it feels wrong.
Got you. I was checking out some of your guys' artwork. What's the inspiration behind kind of like a cyberpunk sort of style going on? What it looks like futuristic kind of thing?
Yeah, it's kind of been a vibe for us ever since our second single, of wanting to kind of go a bit cyberpunk, futuristic, dystopian with it, bring in the synthesizers a little bit, make it sound
a bit sci-fi,
a bit like blend in the cyberpunk synthwave thing. Because I'm a big fan of 80s musicianship and music generally. So is Jordan, and we've just kind of moved forward with that digital aesthetic. It will be changing, sort of in the work coming forward, but largely that's been our aesthetic for a while.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like that. All right, moving on to some more generic questions. So I've been asking every band this. I want to know your guys' thoughts. What is the importance of live music?
It's just good for the soul, man.
It's a hard one because I think it depends very much on what you like personally. So if you like more progressive stuff, style stuff, I'll use like Pull Down the Sun for example. I really like them live. I like their album too, but I like them live because you can kind of meditate in the room with it, with everything moving through you, which I suppose you could do by turning the speakers up at home, but it's not really the same thing. There's a bit of human interaction there, even if they're not like directly playing it to you specifically. It's a hard one to answer specifically.
I would say the biggest thing is the social aspect of it, just bringing people together to experience a moment. And I work in live events too, and it's the same thing of like I have a one shot to make the thing sound as good as possible and bring as many people together and have a good time, and then it's gone, it's done, you move on.
It's all about moments.
It is. It's creating a moment, and trying to make it as memorable, as special as possible. Yeah.
Nice. All right. For you guys, what's one of your craziest gig experiences you've had?
Well, there's that one time where someone said we're almost like a real band.
Oh yeah, that was funny. that was just like middle-aged woman.
You guys like an AI band or something? Like, it's not even real.
I think we're playing this event that had quite a lot of like tribute acts. Not that there's anything wrong with those. Those people can play really well.
Yeah.
but I guess she wasn't expecting there to be too many like original acts there.
Right.
So, like, as we got off, I think she was pretty pissed, but she was like, "Whoa, you guys are like almost like a real band."
And
I still don't know what that means.
It's a real
though.
backhanded compliment. It's super backhanded. It's like, it's pretty good, but not quite.
Yeah.
We don't have any like wild stories per se.
Nah.
Just cool moments.
Cool moments?
Yeah.
Can't say it on camera.
Yeah.
I understand.
Well, we used to lose Jordan a lot. The bass player used to walk off,
He just
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Is this a bass player thing?
possibly.
I reckon it might
They
be.
just always end up like lost or just doing something mischievous, I find.
Yeah, I think he learnt from that, but he never used to have a phone either. So it's like, bro, it's time to play. Where are you?
Damn, bro. What time's he living in? Doesn't have a phone. Well, fair enough. Probably healthier, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Probably
Wow.
helpful.
Oh, he's not like that anymore, thankfully.
Okay.
We dragged him kicking and screaming.
What are the band's toxic traits? You guys have any toxic traits?
I have a bad habit of being a control freak. I'm getting better. I've gotten a lot better.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
Not being able to answer that question is probably
Toxic
one of our
trait.
toxic traits.
You're just so great. There's just
Yeah,
nothing
like-
about you that's toxic. Damn.
No,
I like the honesty though. You're just like straight away. You know what it is. I think most people have to search most of their lives to find them.
Yeah.
At times.
Well, I think like Harley's one is something that like we've thought about before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
the only difference between us and most other bands that sort of aren't going anymore is that we continued even after fighting.
Yeah. We're kind of like, cool. Oh well. Moving on.
Yeah.
You know.
That's good. Yeah.
We've addressed this. Let's move on. Yeah. I just have a tendency. Had a tendency back in the day to want to manage the whole thing, and it was me learning to step back and
Yeah.
you know,
I
let
understand
the
that.
thing happen as a whole.
Yeah, there's an element of conflict of personalities there. So Harley has an idea in his head and wants to execute it,
Yeah.
whereas like me, for example, is almost the exact opposite, where I don't have an idea in my head. I've got like a rough way to go, and then I kind of like finding it,
Yeah.
which conflicts quite badly with each other sometimes. Where it's like, no, I want this specifically, and I'm like, no, let me just piss around for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a marriage. It's like a marriage.
Yeah. Yeah. We're really good at navigating that now. We've been doing this, for a while together. So. you just work it out.
Well done for you guys for keeping it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And last one. If aliens landed on Earth, what was the first song you would show them? You play for them.
Brand new world.
Oh, you're on
Brand
new world.
Our own song, Brand New World. Because it starts off
This is
alien
the
as
peak
fuck.
of humanity. It's my band.
Literally starts off with noises. Boop, 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 boop. That's the song. Look it up.
enough.
Look it up.
Confidence. I like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I have to think about it for
You're
a while.
representing humanity with your own band. That's cool.
Man, why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need the streams.
I could tell people to go listen
Yeah.
to someone else's music.
Yeah.
Equally, I'm right here. You could listen to our music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, well, the problem is they'd go for whatever you like personally, and it's like it's not really a good example of what everyone as a whole likes. So it probably would end up being something that's a little bit more pop related.
Yeah.
As much as I wouldn't want to listen to it, it's a fairly accurate representation of what the masses.
You could show the aliens my sugar, see what they think.
Yeah,
Yeah. That would be
we're
fascinating.
dead.
Yeah.
There's like, oh, they mean war.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Yeah. Clearly, this race is violent.
Or peaceful, depending
Or
on.
peace- yeah.
yeah.
It depends
they
how
like.
they interpret it, really. Yeah.
Sweet. All right, fellas, that's all the time we've got. Thank you for your time and have a good,
Cheers, man.
good show tonight.
Yeah, thanks for
chat.
having us,
Awesome.
man.
No worries.
Appreciate it.
And I'm here with Matt and Keen from Crooked Royals. As I say your name?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I was like, yo.
We'll go with it.
50-50
You
chance.
can call me Kane as well. Kane
Kane.
works. Yeah.
Wait, is it Keen or Kane?
It's Kane. It's Kane.
Okay, I was about to say
That
I
is
haven't
Kane.
been gaslit for like the past year and a
No.
half or anything. No.
It's a bit of both. I go by both.
Keen or Kane. All right, sweet. What do you guys do in the band? What's your roles?
I'm Kane and I play drums.
Play drums?
I'm Matt and I play guitar.
Guitar. All right. So, how good is it being a part of Dougfest?
Oh, it's amazing in terms of what's going on for the scene. We couldn't be happier.
Yeah, just
Long
in
time coming, eh?
just in terms of like, you know, local scene support and everything. You know, like, I know that word always gets thrown around everywhere, but in terms of local scene support, this is basically the epitome of what it is. So we're very happy to be able to like play the show, be able to headline, finish off the night. No, it's really exciting for us. We're all so excited for this one. Like, not even joking. But yeah,
It's just so like special, I think, because it's just the scene's needed something like this for so long.
Definitely.
Like,
We
it's-
totally agree with that.
I haven't seen anything like this in probably, gosh, for me in Auckland, like the Zeal days, and that's like
Zeal,
the old throwback.
Yeah, where's my walking
Yeah,
stick?
exactly. Oh, mate, that was my humble beginnings into shows and everything.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like Zeal, the $2 show.
Yeah, like art room shows and all that.
Exactly.
Shit.
Oh, I
Going
miss
back.
it so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, what is it like being a metalcore band in 2024?
It's real interesting because you don't want to sound the same. You want to keep things fresh and unique.
Yeah.
Because there's a stigma around metalcore that all metalcore bands sound the same, right? So
I mean,
you want to try to keep it fresh and evolving.
the whole 578 thing existed for ages.
It did.
Which, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I love me some 578.
It's fucking neat.
It goes off.
For those who don't
But-
know what 578 is, that's a guitar technique. That's a
Yeah.
guitar riff. Sorry, guitar riff.
Unholy
it, yeah.
Confessions.
Yeah. Listen to any metalcore band in the 2000s, you'll hear that.
Yeah,
same
you'll
riff.
hear that somewhere. But I guess mainly, I don't know, just trying to be a metalcore band in 2024 because metalcore is such a blanket term sort of thing. It's kind of just us thinking, okay, we have guitars, we have drums. How can we make this a bit more unique? Like, how can we spice things up a bit? You know, keep it interesting for ourselves even. Not
Yeah.
just people who are listening, but just like really excite ourselves with what we're writing and everything. So that's always the thing about, I don't know, being a metalcore band at this point. Just technology has progressed so far with writing music as well that there's no limit on the creativity at the moment. If I want to put a fucking laser beam sound, pew, 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 it goes.
Yeah. You can put. I remember I watched like behind the scenes of that. What was that? Bring Me the Horizon EP they released, and it was that song. Oh, man, I can't remember Teardrops.
Teardrops.
I think,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they put an elephant in it.
Yes.
An elephant sound.
Yes, I saw that.
And it would just like.
Anything works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you just pitch it the right way, and it just sounds like a synth, but it's
Yeah.
just a sample of an
Exactly.
elephant they ripped off YouTube, and you're just like, sky's
That's
the
the thing.
fucking limit, right?
I mean, I'll even say with some of the new stuff that we have coming up, I just started whacking things on my desk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, sweet, that made a really cool sound. Let's muck around with that a bit. Sky's the limit these days is the thing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I really, no, that's fucking cool. How did it feel playing for bands like Periphery?
Well, that was a dream for especially me and Matt.
Yeah.
We're well versed with the Periphery, and it was a good step up to play those venues with such a well-established band, and especially with a band that is known for their tightness. You might not feel like, oh, we're being compared, blah blah blah. People are always going to be like, oh, is a support band as good as that band,
Yeah.
you know? So just being able to play like a bunch of shows with them was really an experience that we could kind of grow and step up on.
Like, for me, like, Periphery, I've been listening to them since I was like 12 years old. That's the thing. I'm a youngin', so that's the thing. Like, all through high school, I mean, I wanted to be Misha Mansour. Like, I had all the gear, I had all everything. I got like, gent, everything, playing 7-string guitars. And then once I did join Crooked and then found out about this tour happening, that was just like a weird, I'm going to meet my dream band, and not just meet them, but actually tour around Europe with them. So it's insane. We're very fortunate, very blessed to get the things that we get in this industry. But
Yeah, I remember when Lee and Christian told me that you guys were talking with them, Third Eye Records, right? Is that right?
3 Dot.
Three
Oh,
Dot,
Three
yeah.
Dot, sorry. And it was back in like 2017, I think.
It was a long time coming.
I
Yeah.
know, and I was just like, wow, I don't think any band in New Zealand had really had, any metal band I knew of had been signed to an overseas label of such stature.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys doing something right.
It's just the kind of warm feeling you get when you respect a band so much, and to know that they kind of like the stuff that you're putting out too enough to work with you was just like a really like awesome experience, and being like, oh, this is actually going somewhere. Like we can actually do something with what we're doing. It was really, really humbling and really cool.
Fuck yeah. How did you guys feel doing a European tour? What was that like? Give us the highlights, then some of the notes.
Very green.
Yeah.
Like we went into it with no expectations because none of us had ever done a tour of that length, let alone on that side of the world. So
that magnitude.
We like to over-prepare everything. So it was months of preparation, just making sure, okay, we got this here, we got this here, we got that. It was quite a great experience for all of us because, you know, it's one thing to be in a band with people, you see them like every few days or even like multiple days on end, but then to be with them for 4 weeks on end, you get really tight with all the boys and everything, and you figure out what you don't like about them. But that's okay though. We forgive everybody.
It shows like how
shitting with the toilet door open. It's like
exactly. It's just little things like that.
It's like a flat. It's like purpose like flatmate. So
exactly.
It's exactly. Like that. Why didn't you wash the dish?
It's like, who didn't charge the batteries last night?
It's good because it shows how everyone runs in a high pressure situation too. Because yes, it's all fun and games. Like we're playing with an awesome band and stuff. But you're constantly moving. You're packing down every night. You want to reach sound check every night. You've got a reputation. You're trying to make a good impression on these really reputable people in the industry. And especially in some of the shows that we were playing, there were many other bands that love Periphery. Way bigger bands than us that were coming to check this out. So you want to put your best foot forward in front of them too, right? So definitely.
I would say one of the biggest shocks with that European tour for me is that, you know, you think, okay, I'm going to the other side of the world, I'm going to see all these sites, I'm going to see all these places. You do not have a shred of time to do any sightseeing.
You're just in the motel, right? Then straight to the
We went to Paris. The only time I saw the Eiffel Tower was on the plane on the way in. That was it.
When you got free time, sleep. Sleep is the most important.
For sure. Yeah, I always say with like, even though I've done events and done a bit of music myself, like a gig, 20% of it is playing. Right, and then the rest of it's the organization, the admin. It's like, and people just don't know about that side of things. And the preparations for practice, and then
plus you're working. It's if you're going there to perform, you're working. You're not there to do sightseeing holidays. You're there to put your best foot forward. Yeah,
exactly. You want to put on the best show you can.
Definitely,
absolutely.
What did you guys learn from playing with Periphery, or like those sort of bands? Any takeaways?
I'd say the main thing for us is it's kind of just, you know, you play so many shows, so many days in a row. We like to put a big focus on our stage presence these days. You know, we are a very technical band. We like to think that we have a good handle on playing the technical stuff live. And we want to be able to move like absolute motherfuckers while doing it. So it's one of those things over that time, learning from those bands, how they move around while they're playing some wild stuff. You figure out, okay, so if I really want to capitalize on having maximum movement and maximum clarity while playing, I should be looking at it like this. Just seeing how they warm up, how they act before a show, how they get themselves into the mindset. It's so many tiny little things that add up, and it has been a massive improvement for all of us. Like, we felt we've all greatly improved so much as musicians, just professionals in the industry since that tour. It's been a night and day difference.
Wicked. Yeah, I can only imagine how much you'd learn from doing something like that. Still on my bucket list to do it one day at some point in some form.
Definitely.
Not necessarily like music, or just to travel and do some kind of artistic, creative thing. Just would be special. But yeah, it's a grind.
Definitely.
For the love though, right? For the love.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Here's something. I was actually going to move on to other questions, but I want to ask you guys this after that.
Go for it.
After traveling the world and playing lots of shows, what is something you guys reckon the New Zealand music scene could improve upon?
Ooh.
I'm going to go with the hot take here.
Oh, I think we've talked about that.
We have talked about this. It's not even the hot take in terms of the alternative scene.
Obvious take.
it's NZ on air with the singles funding. You know, everything.
NZ on air funding.
It's one of those things. You know, people don't like to talk about it, but it is something everyone is aware about. There is a massive multitude of genres, different styles of music in New Zealand. And I do feel like it is biased for us and biased for a lot of other bands, you know, a lot of metal bands, hardcore bands around who say, oh, we don't really get a lot of notice in those. It does seem to be prevalent, though, when you look at the amount of fans that there are actually going to these shows and how much recognition it gets. I mean, it's fair enough, but that is definitely something. There's a good fan base for metal and hardcore here, but in terms of beyond the local scene, there isn't much of that here in New Zealand. That's the thing. The local scene is what keeps it alive here.
Yeah.
But you even go over to Australia, like just right next door to us. Metal scene is huge over there.
It's one of the best in the world. Australia's taking over, man. The bands that are coming out there, it's the support. It's not just the local support. It's the financial, the funding, the promotional support.
Yeah.
It's if there's something that New Zealand can improve on, it's not the fan bases. The fan bases, the people are awesome. Yeah. It's the people behind the businesses giving different types of bands more opportunities.
Yeah.
I think that's the most fair way to kind of come at
I think back on that funding thing, I reckon it also comes down to like just pure nepotism.
It's who you know half the time.
A little bit. It is who you know. Like, I won't even like. We have gotten a lot of things that we have gotten through who we know.
Definitely.
That is just the
That's how
truth
the
of
game
it.
works.
You know,
know?
like not gonna play the victim and sort of say, "Oh, woe is me." No, we have been very fortunate through people that we know.
Yeah.
But there is.
So you have to grind and hustle and network, and you have to
still,
put in work.
You still
on that
have to
side
put
as
in the
well.
work, network, and grind. And it's more so. It just becomes a matter of the situation. You happen to know this person, so it helps out for you. But in terms of having more availability for the people who don't have that foot in the door.
Yeah.
With the people who are already in charge of that sort of thing, there isn't a lot of options for those people, apart from just putting the name forward, putting the application through, and then just kind of letting the wind take it wherever it does.
Yeah, agreed. That's good insight. All right, couple more. All right, we'll go into some more generic questions I've been asking everybody. What is the importance of live music? I've been asking every band this. What do you guys believe is the importance of live music?
Well, live music portrays a different type of feeling to recording. It shows the artist as much more than a Spotify play that you can just play. It shows. I love it when live bands play things differently to how things are recorded. Yeah. They will play the chorus is different, the things different. Live music.
I mainly do that just because I forgot the parts, but yeah, that's okay.
That's one of it too. I think live music is important because it shows. Originality, it shows the energy, and what we were talking about, stage presence and like the aura about playing on stage. You don't get that with a music video, or you don't get that with a recorded kind of thing. And watching a band play on live is much more full force, and I think that's what makes it really important.
Exactly, it's just being full force when you're live. Like when we're in the studio, as many other bands do, we nitpick at all the tiny little details just to make it sound perfect, sort of thing. That's just how it is with a lot of modern music these days. But when you're playing live, that is you putting yourself first and foremost, thinking, okay, how can I portray this the most? It's not even necessarily thinking, so like when you're releasing a song for studio, you're thinking, okay, I want people to really like this section, I want people to like this section. But then when there's people out in front of you in the crowd, I'm thinking, okay, what's going to get these fuckers moving?
Yeah.
It's a whole different perspective. Like, we have got some songs that we've thought with a live perspective, and then others with a studio perspective. And live perspective, honestly, at the end of the day, is why we all do it.
Yeah.
It translates much easier as well if you're writing songs for
Metal's
live.
made for live.
Yeah.
If I was just sitting behind a computer releasing music for my whole life, I wouldn't get the same satisfaction. The satisfaction
do you reckon
comes
you'd still do it?
What was that?
Would you still release music?
I feel like I probably would, but, you know, it gets to a point where...
You want more. You haven't done
real,
that.
true satisfaction comes from when you have a new song and you play it on stage and people love it.
Once you get a taste of it, once you have that taste, like you play in a place that you don't know and you get them moving and you're like, oh shit, this is actually really fun. You want that feeling Always.
Also, that is the best feeling ever when there's a crowd that doesn't know you
Yeah,
at a place you don't know, a place you've never been to,
definitely.
and then you play live music for them, and you win them over with that. That is the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
100%. So that's the thing. It's just a great feeling.
Good answers. All right, last question. If aliens landed on Earth, what is the first song you'd play them?
Intergalactic by Beastie Boys.
Oh, it's a deep thing for me. Honestly,
That's the first thing that came to my head.
Romeo and Juliet by Dire Straits.
Romeo and Juliet?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I rank as my favourite. But if I had to go with the typical prog boys sort of thing, Loon by Periphery.
Loon by Periphery.
That is one of my all-time favourite songs. I've cried when I listen to that song many times.
Or You Suck by Strapping Young Lad. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'll be a good one, yeah.
Some Devin Townsend.
Yeah.
I love that man so much.
He's funny as fuck.
He's very alien-esque, so
He is.
I would go with a Strapping Young Lad song.
He's probably already got the hookups with the aliens for sure.
Bro, he's already been probed. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only way he can
Yeah.
start getting those vocals going.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that guy's outrageous.
Definitely.
But it's so fun.
It's crazy.
And so smart, whole package. Sweet boys, thanks for your time, and looking
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing you tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Fuck
you, mate. Yeah.
Cheers, boys. And I'm here with 2/5 of Static.
Yep.
Hello.
Please introduce yourselves for people listening.
Well, I'm Sanaya. I'm the lead vocalist of Static.
I'm Josh. I do backing vocals and guitar.
Sweet. How great is it to be a part of Dougfest 2?
So great. It's fucking crazy. I love Dougfest. We love Doug. We love all the people at this place.
We love all the weirdos that show up.
Yeah, we love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's we've been talking about a lot of bands. I'm just so happy there's something like this around now. It's been very overdue to have
definitely.
People even outside of the bands trying to organize and promote local music, alternative scene, struggles within the alternative scene as it is, and it's just nice to have support outside of bands having to do everything, and
Definitely.
we're not always the most organized, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
we're-
in Hamilton? No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave us to the music, and we're good at that. And the organizing stuff is for me personally is the part that I'm happy that Doug is so happy to do.
Spoiled.
And get into it, Yeah,
Yeah.
he's spoiling all of
I
us.
know, he
bro.
literally is. We got a run sheet a few months ago. I'm just what?
It's insane.
Not even gonna get a run
Yeah.
sheet until 5 days before.
He is
if you're
onto
lucky.
it. He is online every day messaging everyone, making
I
sure
know.
that everything is going smoothly. He is the G.
Yeah, he's so onto it, so organized.
Yeah.
Such a. I wanted to ask you. Sorry, Sanaya. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, I was I'm really worried about saying your name. I don't know
No,
why.
it's okay.
Sanaya. So, I know with a lot of the vocal style you have in some of your music, you do a lot of belting and quite you've got very strong vocals. How do you keep in such good condition?
Oh my God, don't ask me that because I don't know.
Just born with it.
Yeah, honestly, I used to do classical training and opera. So I think
nice.
because I started that at such a young age, I've been able to subconsciously maintain everything that I learnt then and add it to the heavier stuff that we're doing now. But I don't do vocal warm-ups. I should. I just drink a shit ton of water and hope that I am lubricated enough to sing.
Yeah, that classical training, I think that's so key, probably from when you're younger. Do you do much of those warm-ups or anything like that?
Yeah,
Or
that's the thing. I don't. I should and I will because I don't want to damage my voice. I just need to get more onto doing that. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, classical music and rock and metal really kind of go hand in hand, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Putting those elements in the music and what's that? Nightwish. You know Nightwish?
No, I don't.
So they have a female front woman, and they do a lot of those classical meets metal kind of stuff, and her voice kind of reminds me, your voice reminds me a little bit of her. So you should check it out.
Did she do the Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did a cover of
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
rock.
that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was shown this.
Okay, yeah,
And
that's Nightwish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I have to listen to more of them because she is incredible, and
Yeah.
I love
the vocal range.
the
is
two worlds
it's-
meet. It's so
yeah,
good.
Yeah, they're the quintessential band of symphonic metal,
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
It's called something like that.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, well.
I am obsessed.
There we go.
Ever since high school, she's been obsessed with it.
That's a good thing to be. Oh, yeah. I never could quite get into theatre myself. Yeah, my sister a lot of it, and I just... Yeah, not quite for me, but I appreciate the a lot of work and to sing and dance and to act at the same time.
Yeah, I like the moodier ones, but yeah.
Ah, yeah.
I feel you.
Sweet. I hear like a lot of Tool influence in your guys' music, and I was like, some of like the little like nuances of timing. I'm like, that's some Danny Carey in there or something.
Yep.
What's your guys' favorite Tool album?
My favorite Tool album is 10,000 hours. Is that what it is?
10,000
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Nice.
that album. I listened to that album all the way through. It's just like, it's an amazing story. I love it.
Yeah, there's so many like the way of like the songs. It's just like you think about it too much. Like my brain hurts because it's just like too many things they try like messages, metaphors, and then it's like it's probably about nothing.
Yeah,
because they're such trolls at the same time. But there's so much
Literally,
complexity. Yeah, they're an interesting band like that.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, their music has definitely influenced our music. Our drummer loves Tool as well. We're always jamming like 46 and 2 and
yeah, that riff.
Yeah,
who hasn't stolen that riff?
Yeah, we love love Tool. Yeah, I'm surprised how many people say that we have like they hear Tool influence in our music because like we're not like massive Tool fans.
Yeah,
but like I think with the music that we're kind of making, like we try to draw the influence from a lot of different bands and like Tool's riffs are just so good.
Yeah.
So
I did like a
try to steal
Stinkfist
stuff.
cover in the other band that I was doing for a
Oh,
bit.
dude.
And that was
true.
the only time I ever sang any like Tool. And it was so fun. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but yeah, Stinkfist.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like the timing nuances you guys have. I
Yeah.
think that's why I was like, oh, that's like you guys like a hard rock band. It's like that's hard rock bands don't always do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we like to mix up our riffs and kind of like. Caleb and Gabe are really into funk music, so using
right.
like
That's
those
cool.
like lots of syncopation, like stuff like that, just to keep it interesting. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. So you guys technically formed in 2015, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest thing? So were you guys both there since 2015?
I joined in 2017.
2017?
I wasn't there from the start either. I joined like a year after she did.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Well, even then, it's still a little while.
Yeah.
Probably like
Yeah.
6-7 years.
Yeah.
What's something you guys have learned during your time as a band? What's like the biggest thing you've learned in the journey so far?
Oh. Do you want to go first?
I think that I don't know. I think that we're just like we're very joined. Like as soon as we all were like in the band, it was just like, yeah, like this is the band and we're gonna stay together and we're gonna just keep doing shit. So I don't know. I think even when things pop up and we're like going through shit or whatever, we just like, no matter how fucking like angry I've been, I just stay in the band because these are the G's, you know? We've been together for ages. I don't know. What have I learned? Just that I just stay in the band.
Stay in the band.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what happens, how angry you get.
Yeah, because like we'll just like keep learning and yeah.
Yeah, don't give up, I guess. Yeah.
Don't give up.
Yeah, don't quit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a band, it's like a marriage, as I always say.
Yeah.
Keeping the relationships in line with
Yeah,
everybody,
it
trying to
is
keep
like
everyone
a
on the same page.
Yeah,
you know?
it's so difficult,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, don't talk to each other for a few days and come back and realize that you have to put up with each other. Or
Yeah.
someone leaves
Literally.
and then joins another band. It's like they're cheating on me. So
Through good and bad.
Through good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah.
pretty much, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here's a fun one. If you guys had unlimited budget, what would be your dream festival lineup, and where would it be?
Oh damn.
Dream music festival
Oh my
lineup.
god.
Bros, dropping it on us.
Um.
I'm a '90s guy, so
Oh,
You bring
yeah.
back Kurt Cobain from the dead, and
I'd be
Chris
bringing
Cornell.
back. Yeah, I'd be bringing back all those homies. Nah.
Warped
I'd
Tour.
probably-
Warped Tour.
She's an emo one. Yeah.
Warped
Warped
Tour.
Tour.
Warped Tour.
Yeah.
They're coming
Yeah.
back, and I
Yeah.
want to go.
I know, eh?
Bro, I'm like looking at tickets to go to like Long Beach, California. Like, please.
Honestly, just put us on one of those festivals and we'd be so happy, bro.
It looks like a grind, but so much fun though.
Yeah,
it looks
honestly, bro.
crazy, but it looks
Yeah.
like so much fun.
It looks like a once in a lifetime experience.
When I was
Yeah.
like in middle school, I was watching all the like vlogs of all the emos going to Warped Tour, and I was like, that's where I want to be. That's meant to be my life.
Oh fuck yeah! I would totally grab all like Korn, Deftones,
Fuck
Slipknot.
yeah.
I don't know, just like Alice in Chains if we could, bro. Just like try and bring all those '90s bands.
I agree with all of
together.
this.
Like
Fuck yeah.
And
Wood,
yeah, fuck
that's like
yeah,
a
we'll
Woodstock
have-
99 lineup, pretty
yeah,
much.
Woodstock '99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus fucking what was the one? Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Like, if we
Combined.
could
That
merge
I
those.
want to go to that festival.
Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit. Sorry,
Fuck yeah.
just thought
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, we
Amazing
forgot about-
band.
We forgot about them.
I love how they've had such a resurgence.
I love
'cause,
it.
Yeah, when I was like, because I was like, when I was a teenager, I'm a bit after like when they peaked. And
Yeah.
so they kind of went through like a proper period of like no one listened to them. Everyone was embarrassed that they listened to them.
Yes.
And then it kind of had this weird, and I loved them. And same with like Korn was a bit more respectable, but Limp Bizkit was like this embarrassing band. And then suddenly in the last like 5 or so years, everyone's like, this is the best band ever. And I'm
Totally.
like,
Such a good band.
what?
Bro.
Korn was trying to tell all of you.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Korn's been trying to let everyone know how good Limp Bizkit is.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll move on to some more generic questions. What is? 'Cause I've been asking all the bands this. What is the importance of live music?
The community, I think. I
Yeah.
think the way that live music brings people together and like forces you to interact with people that you wouldn't normally interact with. I think that's so fun.
Oh, that's
and-
cool answer.
Yeah.
You interact with people that you don't normally interact with.
Yeah, yeah. You would, yeah. Just I don't know. Like last night, I spoke to a whole bunch of people that I would never have even seen if last night didn't happen.
I like that.
What about you?
I agree. And like, yeah, just like the community and the connection. And I don't know, man, like I come to these gigs and I'm listening to like the lyrics that's being sung by these bands, and I just like can relate to so much shit. And it's just nice to see that person right in front of me, you know, and just knowing that like we've been through similar shit. And I always like music as that whole like therapy and connection type thing. Yeah.
Cool.
Being able to relate to the band and then being right there. They play the song that really touches you, and then being able to go and talk to them about
Yeah.
that song
Yeah.
is also very special.
Yeah, instantaneous connection.
Yeah.
Cool. What is your guys' craziest or strangest gig experience?
I was talking to you about some of the gigs
You
the
did,
other night.
yeah.
Oh man. We played at the UFO.
That's right.
I
Up in
knew you were
Auckland.
going to bring that one up.
Yeah.
Back when the UFO used to be in Newland,
Yeah.
and oh man, there was so many crazy characters there.
There were so many like 15 and 16-year-old children, and they were all 10 times cooler than all of us.
Yeah.
And they were all very drunk, and they were all moshing so hard. I'd never
Yeah.
seen that shit before. I've never
Yeah,
seen
I've-
someone like get lifted up and thrown around like that. It was amazing.
The amount of energy at that show was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
It's an amazing venue to play at. But at the same time, there's very interesting people in that side of Auckland to talk to and to be
Absolutely.
around. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If
UFO's a strange
yeah,
place.
Yeah. If you know, you know. I
If you
guess.
know, you know. I understand. All right. I think I'll do. Oh yeah, let's do 2 more. Okay. What would you say makes you guys unique as a band? What's your selling point?
We can't even say like we have a female vocalist anymore because it's like it's so common nowadays.
It is getting more common, which is
Yeah,
really good. I
that's
think
awesome.
we just literally, our songwriting process just flows, and what comes out, and we don't even know what to name like our genre of what we are playing. And like I was talking to you about this the other night, but like I think our whole thing is that like we make this like hard music, whatever, we don't know what it is, but like our actual personalities are so silly, goofy, awkward. We're so awkward. And it just
You guys aren't that awkward.
It feels like we are, and then we just make this like hard, angry music, and I don't know. I just yeah.
It's a good place to put all that awkward energy, you know.
It's important. Having outlets very important.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, last question. If aliens landed on Earth, what is the first song you would play them?
Moist Vagina.
Moist Vagina?
Moist Vagina by
Cobain.
Kurt Cobain.
Nirvana. No, don't do that. Ooh.
That's your entry to represent the whole human race.
Yeah.
Moist Vagina.
Yep, that's a great representation.
It kind of is, though. That is very true.
That's just very honest from the start, I think.
That is true. It's very honest from the start.
Yeah.
Should we just like confuse the fuck out of them with Bohemian Rhapsody or some shit?
Yeah, I
Like-
reckon they could get down to
Yeah,
that.
that is an amazing song, but yeah, it's like, what a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song, but man, it's been overplayed so much
Exactly.
that it
Definitely, bro.
ruins it.
Yeah.
Because it's such an amazing song, but yeah.
But to be able to show it to some aliens
Yeah,
and like
who've never
live
heard it.
through it again by seeing their initial reaction to it,
that would be
be great.
Yeah, imagine that. Sweet guys, that's all the questions I have. I look forward to seeing you guys later and have a good show.
Awesome. Thank
thank you.
you.
Cheers, guys.
No worries.
Feels more professional with them on, eh? One ear over the ear.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the one ear,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm like a
'cause
DJ.
You want to get an idea for the overall ambience of the place as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's what we're all about. Definitely the ambience.
Sweet. All right. Let me just find my fucking around.
Have you run over the same questions 1,000 times yet?
Nah,
or
just a couple. but
just a
not
couple? You're still fresh enough that you know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Every band's got special questions. Oh, someone's what's going on?
No, yeah,
He
he's
just
just,
wants to
He,
stand.
just
he does. He does. He
antagonising
does
us,
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
Just a general nuisance.
Yeah, yeah.
He does that for most of our set as well. It's really incredibly off-putting.
Just judging.
Absolute judgment.
Pure
Yeah.
judgment.
Yeah, terrible guy.
He's studying law just purely to judge people. Yeah.
Is that what lawyers are? Just that's what it is, right?
Incredibly.
It's like just people who are so judgmental. And it's like, you know what? I can get paid for
I want to
this.
do this with the law behind me, you know. I need
It's like that classic thing. It's like, I never made money off being a liar. It's like, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
There's a whole career and a lot of money to be made for you over
Right.
here.
Endless dollars. Ching.
All right. I love this start already. Let's get going properly. All right. And I'm here with two members of Barracks.
Barracks.
Let's fucking go right now.
Yo, fight.
Who am I- No, we'll say that for your set. You can start the fights. Who am I talking to right now, and what do you guys do in the band?
I'm Jared, and I'm the singer of Barracks. I'm the vocals, the voice of an angel. Some have described me as the voice of a generation.
Voice of a generation.
Yeah.
All right, Matty Mullins, just chill out over there, all right?
Well, I actually am Jared, and this is Tom, but he wasn't lying. I really am the voice of a generation. Many are saying this.
I don't know
I'm
which
hearing it a lot.
which generation. This one?
Which generation?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah,
previous-
I guess
The old generation.
Speaking for the boomers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
No, that's true. It has been 10
the voice
years.
of the boomers.
Yeah.
It has been 10 years, so
They don't have enough voice.
Where's
yeah.
the walking stick? That's what I...
it's coming, man.
Yeah,
it's
it'll be
around
soon.
the corner.
halfway
yeah,
through
yeah.
the set? The back's gonna
Yeah.
give out a
As soon
bit.
as you start screaming and bend over, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
looks like we're going to perform over here
No
the
shit.
whole set.
I've
you know?
brought a sweat towel for tonight. Just you know.
Yeah, gotta dab it
Yeah,
up.
I got a dab
You got that preacher town.
I was thinking about going full sweat band, but I couldn't commit.
So lame, man. So lame.
Or like the old
Oh, the
wristbands.
wristlers,
You
like,
ever do that?
where are you
shit?
sweating from, eh?
Hardcore, man.
Yeah, no, I
You
mean,
guys got the
yeah.
X's? They're gonna do the X's on the
I drink too much for that.
I was straight edge in high school, I have to say, but then I smoked weed and it was
No
all
turning
over
back.
for me. Yeah, it was all over for me, man. It was all over.
I'm not that angry anymore.
You're like, this is what.
Yeah, true.
Wait,
I don't
this
need
is
to
this is
listen
what
to
you're
this shit.
protecting me from, like having fun and relaxing. Like, you don't want me to relax. You want me to be on edge.
Earth Crisis actually suck.
Burned so many bridges already.
Oh, yeah.
How great is it being part of Dougfest for you guys?
Hey, return. We're back.
return.
We're back. We were
For
here last
two
year
Dougs,
with a
two
different band.
I think, I mean, I love Dougfest. Like, I used to run a venue here in Hamilton for many years, and like, one thing that was always the most difficult was like getting people in the door. You know, you can't force people to come.
It's hard.
But I think something that Doug has done like really well is like, I don't like, to borrow a Dungeons and Dragons term, like world building, He's like, it's not just like, okay, here's a fucking show, like, here's the bands, come along kind of
That's the thing. He came out of the gate swinging and sold out his first festival. Like, how do you just enter the scene and be on the top already?
It's the community,
Yeah.
It's it's the community. It's the people that are coming. He gets everyone involved. Like I don't know. It's just a different vibe at Dougfest.
Yeah.
It's
organized.
nice.
People are not complete pretentious fucks. That
Yeah,
helps.
exactly. Yeah.
And
so
his interviews single-handedly took down the 3 News special about it. So
So good.
he tanked an entire media company. Not everyone can do that on their
Took
first
down
go.
a media
no, that's
conglomerate.
true. Yeah. But he's done a great job. Great guy. Yeah. Big
Awesome.
fan.
Nothing but love.
What was it like for you guys getting the band back together after 8 years?
Yeah,
roughly?
yeah, it has. Yeah, last show was about 8 years ago. I mean, Sorry, you go, Tom. You're about to say something.
Well,
but
I mean,
I'm the singer, so.
You're the voice of the generation. I'm the generation. Let me speak for myself.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
No, I mean, it was bound to happen at some point because we haven't fucking stopped hearing about it for the last 8 years. So
That is true. That is true. Yeah. I mean, I've always thought it was going to happen. I guess the reason we stopped is because our drummer was so good that we had such a hard time replacing him that we just never played another fucking show.
life ended up happening. Now, the last show we played together as a band was supporting Elixirs on Fire, and so we're like, well, you're going to follow that up with a little dungeon house show and be like, yeah, we're still going to cling it on.
I mean, we never broke up. We just like
life kind of just started happening, and people had kids and whatnot.
I understand.
It was always difficult with Barracks as well because we had a couple that lived in Rotorua. I was in Hamilton. We had a couple in Auckland, so it was always so hard.
Very
to, like,
disjointed.
And there's always been love underneath it all. We didn't, like Jared said, we didn't break
I don't know
up.
about that.
Jared we didn't break up. We still hung out and everything. And it was just
we were doing side quests.
yeah. We were grinding in between
We had to get our
bosses.
XP level up. Yeah.
What's the biggest changes you guys have seen in the music scene these days compared to when you guys were in a band?
We are the scene.
Well, I love the confidence.
Never change.
Because you guys were first EP was it 2010?
Yeah.
2010. Man, you guys are
actually,
old
no,
as
me
fuck.
and
I
Jared-
say that I released music in 2010. But
We weren't even part of the band at that point. Neither of us were there for that original EP.
Yeah, no,
we were
that's
after
true.
that.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
And then we came in and changed the game.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
the difference. I mean, I can't really remember what the vibe was like when Barracks were a thing, but I mean, there's been a period in the last like 5-6 years or so of just like people just stopped coming to shows. It was kind of a thing everywhere.
That's just because we're not good enough that they don't come to our shows.
But I feel like there's like a resurgence going on. You know, especially like from what I see in Hamilton, there's the team at Crunch putting on the shows at Mesoverse and stuff, and like there's actually like young bands again. Like there was a period there where no one was starting new bands and shit. So I feel like the difference that I see are people are coming to shows again, and like there's a scene now. It's fucking awesome.
Straight
it's so
up.
cool, man.
Like when we were playing like a Qualm show recently, we've got what are they? June been coming up. They're doing it. All these young fellas coming up and they're just getting into it. Like people say that rock music is dying, but it's not. It's still fucking there. It's always going to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
Never die. Immortal.
I went back a little bit in your guys' Facebook,
Oh no! Oh no! I haven't even checked.
and I want to know what the fuck is Ibiza Gent?
Is what?
Ibiza Gent.
Ibiza Gent.
There's a great question.
Oh, yeah, I got
you guys
nothing
said it.
for you. I got nothing for you. Between us, we did the post, but that's ringing no bells.
Yeah, sorry,
not-
man.
I went back too far.
It's been a long time.
I mean, we're all old now. Yeah, I understand.
Ibiza Gent. I don't know. I'm curious. I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Tom has said a lot of things over Barracks' career that have been not very good.
That's just more in my life in general,
There was a period we had to take the microphone away from
But
him.
you can't think too much before you say anything, or else you start second guessing yourself too much.
That's
You
true.
realise that you're just like sitting there stoned in a corner and haven't talked for half an hour, and hey bro, you're alright.
Yeah, sorry man, can't shed any light on that.
Damn, no
Ibiza
light
Gent.
on that. I went back too far.
I'm gonna definitely look that up later though. I'm curious.
It's
what was
on
going
there.
on.
It's on there.
Yeah.
Give me some context. Even no, that won't help. That won't help at all.
If you guys, here's another one for the memory.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
If you guys can think back,
Yes.
What did you guys learn from playing with bands like I Killed the Prom Queen and Alexis on Fire? I know Alexis on Fire is your last gig.
Yeah.
But what were the takeaways?
I learnt that we had no idea what the fuck we were doing. Like, I remember pulling up to that Alexis on Fire show, and we were just like some shitty little band from Vegas. And we pull up and they're like, okay, what's your stage setup?
And where's your stage?
What is a stage setup?
We need your sound patch. We're like,
and
your plug-in sound settings for the big piano. We're like, we've got a friend of ours that just does it live on the fly, and they're like,
or we're setting the merch up, and they're like, oh, okay, we need to take a cut of this. Like, you didn't organize it beforehand. Like, it's like, on a certain level, it becomes a business, you know?
Yeah.
And we weren't
it's a career.
And that wasn't us. And
we've got no experience in the business side of the music business, which apparently is about 50% of it or plus. You know? And so we're very rookie in that respect. Yeah.
So yes, that was something that we learned, that how amateur we were, you know. Get this fucking guy out of here, eh? Kick him out. Get him out the venue, fucking idiot, eh? So I guess that's what we learned.
We know nothing and we're really shit.
Well, I wouldn't say we're really shit.
I wouldn't say shit. I just think it's a new world that you're like, wow, we don't know about this part.
No, I don't know. We were there playing with Alexis on Fire, and they did a shout out to
the Bleeders.
The Bleeders, yeah. And they're like, last time we played here, the Bleeders opened for us, and they were the fucking amazing. And
that was a disaster.
Yeah.
The power station guy almost fought us after the show. Yeah.
We didn't make friends that night.
No. Maybe that's why we never did anything again.
Maybe that's why.
We got scared out.
That reminds me of a memory of when Slipknot came here and Tag opened. They played, and Slipknot were like, shout out to In Heart's Wake. And I'm just like,
it was so deflating.
In their defense, they did tour with them, but I'm just like, oh man.
It was so deflating. Alex on Fire show, man. We're just embarrass ourselves, and then
To be fair though, well, my main takeaway is that we got to play the power station, that's a pretty cool stage. For Baroness, we got to play the King's Arms before it got turned down and turned into apartments. So we'll take that.
Arms, man. I miss that shit.
So we ticked off a couple of good stages, and that's what we'll take away. I mean, we'll still give ourselves shit about it, but we got to do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'll give you guys some generic questions to finish up.
Yes!
I'm asking every band these ones.
Yeah, sweet.
What is the importance of live music?
What is the importance of live music?
What does it mean to you? What does live music mean to you,
What does live
Jared?
music mean to me? Everything, really. I mean, I feel like music and art is like it's the purest human expression, you know? Ooh. It's like you're just doing it for the fuck of it, you know? It's not like it's like creating us food to eat or like it doesn't have any evolutionary purpose, does it? For the advancement of the human
It is pure enjoyment. It's like heroin without, this downward spiral.
It's true. It's a healthier heroin.
It's a healthier outlet. And, I mean, for live music as well, you get on stage and literally just yell your ass off. And it's a pretty good outlet. You can't do that on the street. You can't just walk up to somebody and go,
You can,
but it's generally frowned upon. You yell at people on stage.
It is frowned upon.
It's quite liberating being able to do that and just fully just let everything out.
Yeah, and just a place to belong as well. I remember being like 14, 15 in high school, fucking loser, two friends in the whole school, But then
he's now down to one friend.
This guy. But and then you go to a show and then there's all these other people there that like are cool as well and want to be friends with you and shit. So love it, man. It's sick.
All love.
Wicked. All right. Next one I've got is man, this guy really loves you guys.
He does. He's our number one fan. Tune in live.
What is the craziest or strangest concert experience you've had?
Craziest or strangest? You start, Tom. I gotta try and make my brain work.
I mean, I've only got the time. I don't know, craziest, but just when you're breaking string after string on stage and you just realize you don't know how to play your instrument, and then you borrow one from another band, and then you cut your hand and you end up bleeding all over this guy's guitar, and then
that's pretty hardcore. That's pretty hardcore.
You had to hand it back to him. He had a white guitar, and I just handed it back to him covered in blood. I was like, I'm really sorry about that, but it's kind of gross. Yeah. He might need to get checked. If you're out there, a guy who I borrowed guitar of back in 10 years ago, I'm sorry about that incident. I meant no harm, but you might want to get yourself checked.
I'm always in awe of, no matter what state Tom is in,
he can play guitar, man, and he's fucking good at it. I remember we played a show at Biddy Mulligan's. This was Barracks show back in the day.
And Tom Mulligan's,
They back then they had a 3 wine special. It was 3 wines for $15.
What a treat.
And Tom blasted those, and he was in a sorry state, I must say. And he got up there and fucking nailed it.
I was getting in the crowd.
Very, very impressive.
It's really
man.
hard to be in a mosh pit with a guitar when you've got your guitar wired up, though. A lot of people tripping over the cord and shit.
Yeah, well, fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, last one. If aliens invaded,
Yes.
what is the first song you would show them or play?
Are we trying to get them to stay or get them to go?
Oh.
Well, I mean, up to you, actually. Do you want to die or do you want to live?
Depends on the aliens, I guess.
The first song I'd play them.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought dubstep with them, so they've already heard that.
I mean, for me, it would definitely be I by Meshuggah.
Oh, yes, 20-minute saga.
20-minute epic from Meshuggah, you know.
Yeah.
If they don't like that, then they can find another planet A, because that's the apex of music, man.
Do you know there's this
great
beautiful
song.
moment in I by Meshuggah, the 20-minute saga, where the riff of the guitar climbs, and then in sequence with the drums, the snare drum hits the riff back down the fretboard, and they're climbing with the riff, but then the snare hits it back down, and it's all out of time, and I don't know how they do it. It's magic.
It's incredible stuff.
They
It's
are the
incredible
aliens,
stuff.
as far as I'm concerned. They're here, and they're making fucking gent.
Yeah.
That's it.
Meshuggah, great band.
Meshuggah.
I. Yep.
Great band. I don't know if I've listened to any of the other songs.
Welcome
apart
to Earth. Sit down. I hope you got 20 minutes on your hands because we're
20
going to get
minutes
into
to
it.
spare, baby. Yeah.
Good call. Great call. Yeah. Meshuggah.
Sugar.
Yep.
All right, boys. Thanks for your time. Looking forward to seeing you later, and have a great show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks,
Thank you
brothers.
very
Yeah,
much.
cheers.
Nice one. All right, then.
We rolling?
I'm here with these fucking dickheads.
We love you.
We are rolling.
Fantastic. Hey, welcome to the Only Scots podcast. We're Pink Plates, and we're here live with Scott from the Only Scots podcast. And today,
Take it away.
Today we're going to be talking
I
about...
love how you got notes. You got notes.
Today we're going to be talking about the 1931 Nautilus expedition to the North Pole.
Oh,
Submarines, bitch. Scott, just to give you a bit of a background in
Please.
case you weren't familiar, in
No,
case
I'm not.
you
I
haven't
wasn't
done the
prepared.
readings.
Where are my notes?
Don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
Sir Hubert Wilkins was an explorer around the 1930s, and he, after a series of failed attempts from previous explorers, wanted to go to the North Pole. And previous attempts had used ships.
Blimps, Zeppelins.
Yeah, there'd been one successful attempt by Zeppelin, but no one had set foot on the North Pole.
They just flew straight over it. So he was like,
Right.
not good enough. We got to be the first people to
And
set
the
foot.
ships were getting stuck on the ice. So Sir Hubert Wilkins had the idea of, well, look, the ships keep getting stuck on the ice. The only way to get here, submarine.
Submarines, bitch.
Sir Hubert Wilkins
Fucking hell.
was trying to fund this expedition, and he managed to lease an old Navy submarine. But the funding only went so far, and so he reached out to a company called the Hearst Enterprises, who said, look, we'll give you a $150,000 bonus. We'll pay a little bit. It was like 60 grand. But we'll give you a $150,000 bonus if you can rendezvous with our Zeppelin on the North Pole.
And this is in 1932, right? So in today's money, that's 3.1 million US dollars.
Which is insane.
So
Don't interrupt. We had to.
Okay.
So he had to modify this Navy submarine, which was quite a difficult feat to do. So because it was going to encounter lots of ice, they needed a hydraulic dampener on the front in case it bumped into an ice sheet. They needed to put some runners along the top of the submarine so it could
Shock absorbers.
slide under the ice, and drills so it could drill through the ice to get some air. Lots of modifications. They also wanted a photosensitive sensor to be able to see the distance of the ice before they drill through it.
Okay.
But there was some funding issues, so they didn't actually get that. So the whole thing's looking a little bit like Wilkins didn't have a lot of say in the matter regarding the modifications to the submarine. So the whole thing was looking a little bit dodgy, but it gets dodgier, Scott. So they're doing the modifications in America, and they have to travel over to England as their first stop. The Nautilus breaks down in the Atlantic Ocean. They need to get towed.
First few days,
Like-
it just completely breaks down.
The submarine breaks down. We're still like on.
On the
They,
surface.
ne-
on
they
the
never,
surface,
they never
right?
even went down. They were just trying to sail to another
Yeah.
country, and the
Yeah.
old piece of shit Navy submarine just couldn't even make it. to
Couldn't
the
make
UK.
it across the... And it was pretty rough. Like, there was... Like, everyone got seasick and food poisoning. Like, the thing was a shitter. So they had to get towed, and the public was, like, very excited about this Nautilus expedition. By the time they made it to London, they weren't very stoked about it.
They were getting roasted. The tabloids were just like, this guy's a joke.
Shredding them. Like, it wasn't a good look. And so they get to England, and some of the crew just quit because they're like, we've had like 3 weeks of food poisoning and seasickness. This thing's a shitter. We're going to quit.
They're sloshing around in oil, vomit, seawater.
The bilge pumps aren't working.
They can't pump anything out of there.
So they quit. And Wilkins at that point goes, well, like, I'm not going to stop. Like, I've got one shot. I need to meet the Zeppelin. So he powers on through, new crew, and makes it up to Longyearbyen, which is in Norway.
In Svalbard.
Yes, Svalbard.
The most northern settlement of human civilization, still today.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's up there, and that was successful.
Yeah.
But then as he starts approaching the ice, there's just more issues. It's the same seasickness. The bilge pumps are breaking. 2 of the engines failed out of the 4.
Engines failed, yeah.
Out of the 4. And the crew aren't happy.
How many crew members?
I think there was 13.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
Unlucky number.
But it was pretty bad conditions. Like, the submarine wasn't insulated either, so it's just bare metal in Arctic Ocean.
Oh my god.
So they're like,
there's no heating, there's no insulation.
It's 1930, isn't it?
Yeah, they're in parkas in
like
submarine
freezing.
under the ocean, and they basically are about to like reach the ice, and half the crew are like, "No, we want to turn back. We don't want to do this," because they realize, well, they can't even start submerging because the
rudder was toast. Actually, that was So
the rudder, the vertical rudder that basically makes the submarine go down, the day they reached the ice to go underneath the Arctic, it went missing.
Now that's a bit
mysteriously just went missing.
And now that's there's a bit of a mystery around that. So some of the crew reckon that it just dropped off, but Wilkins suspected that maybe the plan was being sabotaged because at this point the crew aren't keen. They're like, this is going to absolutely kill us. So there's some alleged sabotage.
Set up to fail.
Yeah, the whole crew wants to turn around.
And at that point, Wilkins should have stopped, but he didn't. He said, look, we don't need it. Flood the ballasts. We're going under.
Yeah,
and so
suicide mission.
Angled the submarine down, flood the ballast, and went under.
But you didn't say how he went under. They rammed it against the ice to force it down.
Angle it down.
Yeah, and it just...
What, to submerge themselves?
Yeah.
They just rammed into the ice so that it would just knock it downwards.
But they flooded the ballast so that it could sink a little bit, but they're still buoyant enough because it's a capsule of air.
So they just dragged underneath the top, screeching loud metal under the ice, like deafening in there. 4 days.
Days and days and days. But the issue is that when they tried to surface for air, I mean, they could surface in pockets, but they wanted to drill through because that was their whole plan. But their drills didn't work. And at that point...
You're just trapped under ice.
Once the drills weren't working, Wilkins was like, look, we're actually going to die. And radios in and says, look, the expedition's over. He never met the Zeppelin.
Yeah. He never met the Zeppelin.
And now the reason we bring that up, Scott, is because we think Dougfest is a lot like the Nautilus expedition.
You think so?
It's up against it. Doug is the Hearst Corporation. He's got grand aspirations for pinkplates. Yeah. We feel like we're Sir Robert Wilkins.
You feel like you guys are Wilkins on the submarine?
We've got it up against
us. You're breaking the ice?
But Doug encourages us massively with the promise of Zeppelins and grandeur. And
money.
And I feel like we have that determination to get through. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on it are... You guys aren't really set up to fail, though, are you? I feel like you guys are your own worst enemies, whereas I feel like the expedition's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a few more aspects to consider of how they were set up to fail.
I think the band and pinkplates were like the crew. Yeah. You know, we kind of just like want to go home and go to bed, but James says we have to keep practicing and play music so we can make the money.
He's the dictator.
He's the dictator.
Am I Sir Robert Wilkins?
I think you are. Metaphor. I think you are.
But Doug remains the Hearst Corporation.
I think he does.
He's investing in you guys.
Yeah.
But it's a real investment, though.
I think the Nautilus is the genre of punk music.
Yeah.
Nautilus is genre. Probably.
Do you think that punk music is slowly breaking down?
Like rudderless, you could say?
Rudderless.
And we're here to steer the ship.
And that's what we're here to do tonight, Scott. We're here to flood the ballasts. We're here to go under, up against it.
The odds are against us. First of all, you said this would be catered.
I didn't say this one would be catered. This is out of my control.
What are these right here?
These are your beers.
Oh, are they?
Are they?
Oh, wow.
Now that we mentioned
it.
that's
pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Look at that.
Black Sands.
Black Sands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually do really well. See, I actually hadn't heard of you before that, Black Sands.
I hadn't heard of you either.
No, I'm talking about Black Sands. That's fair. I'm talking about Black Sands. And then I talked to a few of my mates, and they were like, yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, damn, bro, your business is fucking going real good. Well done.
Hey,
you should be proud of what you've done.
I'm so proud. Shout out to my family. Shout out to Matt Holden, my cousin / head brewer. Yeah, he does a very, very good job. And he actually plays guitar in this band. So you will see him tonight.
Black Sands is like the Nautilus, but if it was beer and it didn't fail.
And we keep breaking down.
And you keep breaking down.
Yeah, and we all just hate each other.
But your families, you got no choice.
Correct. We are literally under the ice. We have nowhere to go.
We're going to the pole.
Yeah.
You guys keep smashing the ice as well? Like, is that like a metaphor for butting heads, you could say?
No, it's a metaphor for doing meth, Scott. We love smashing the ice.
Yeah, fair.
And the air conditioning in here is suboptimal.
I mean, we are in Hamilton after all, so if you're going to do it, fuck it.
Yeah, man.
Out of all the places to do it.
I forgot this was live. We can't edit it like the last one.
Oh, we can't. Is this live?
I mean, I will...
it is
you
now,
know what?
baby.
For you guys, it is.
We're doing it live. Can we drink these?
Yeah. No. Well, look, ask Doug. It's out of my control, man.
That's fine.
This is, I'm just a contractor. I'm just here to, show
Who
up
are you
and do my
looking
thing.
forward to seeing tonight?
I'm looking forward to seeing my bed, I'll be honest.
Oh,
live.
You feel up against it?
Yeah.
Up against the ice?
No, not really.
Okay.
I feel like I'm doing all right. I feel like I'm set up to succeed.
Hell yeah.
Is Scott the Nautilus and Dougfest is the North Pole?
I don't know. We've extrapolated so far from the original story. I don't know who I am anymore.
I think we're all a little bit of Nautilus.
Or a little bit. We've all got a little bit of Nautilus inside of us. You think?
Life is like I think we're all
Life
a little
is like
bit
the North
Nautilus.
Pole. It
Life
can be
is an
very
expedition.
And we're just the
Life is an
Nautilus.
Oh, but there is a happy ending to the story. So
They had Thai massage on there.
Well, look, they gave up, right? So they just sank the ship to the bottom of the sea and left, right, in Norway. And then 30 years later, the first ever people actually successfully did it, and they scattered his ashes on the North Pole.
On the North Pole.
So he did actually.
He made it by submarine.
Yeah, he's still there now.
But they needed a
Frozen.
nuclear submarine.
Yeah, they had to
make
use
it.
nuclear power. Yeah. So
be able
Pink
to-
Plates is actually pro-nuclear power. That's what we hear. Shout out nuclear power.
Shout out nuclear power.
Shout out nuclear power.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
think Pink Plates may not be the Nautilus. Maybe Pink Plates are a nuclear submarine.
Nuclear submarine.
And Dougfest is
Go deep.
Greenpeace. No.
No, Dougfest is not Greenpeace because they're not trying to stop you.
Yeah, you're right.
Trying to help you.
I'm not helping myself.
Like the American government? No.
I don't know.
The military-industrial complex? I don't know.
I reckon Black Sands beers, not the brewery, but the beers, are the Nautilus. Because I'm definitely going to sink one pretty soon. Maybe.
And there we go,
maybe-
folks. There we
maybe
go.
now.
Oh,
cheers.
He's gone and he's done it.
Oh, man.
He's gone and done it.
Well, Doug might be Greenpeace after this, you know.
Yeah.
Beer,
He
bro.
does look like a rainbow warrior.
Cheers,
Rainbow.
Doug.
Cheers, Doug. We
that's
love
about
you.
time for us, eh?
How much time have we got? So I want to ask you guys anything
You're like,
special.
no, that's
No,
it.
that's it, Scott. We're done.
That's it for you guys?
Yep.
Nah, fuck it. What do you guys have in store for tonight? Come on.
Oh, actually, we could probably... When is this getting released now?
It's being released on Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We've got some set lists for those of you that aren't here.
Yeah.
If you are here, you'll see them. Like, Pink Plates have a running gag of doing these funny set lists. We've had such great features such as Braille. A Braille set list is quite difficult.
Very difficult gig to play.
What the fuck is a Braille set list?
You know what
You know
Braille is,
Braille,
right?
when you
Like
have to
blind
feel
people
it?
read them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've done a Braille set list. We've also had riddles. Riddles was quite funny.
We did emojis, just all emojis, no words. But this time,
Are you guys going to do a puzzle?
no, we've
No,
done
the
one better.
Crosswords are actually quite hard. We shortlisted a crossword, but they're actually quite hard to order properly.
Yeah.
And also like the clues are it's a bit complicated. We
Yeah.
didn't quite work it out. But today we've actually made 4 cakes. And we've iced the set list onto the cakes.
Right.
We said, what if they were cakes?
Are they black sand
They're
lager
sponge
flavor?
with vanilla.
Vanilla icing, pink sprinkles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hundreds and thousands.
And they'll
good.
be available at the bar afterwards if people want to eat them.
Yum.
Yeah. We brought cake.
We brought cake.
Brought cake.
Yeah.
Nice. Those buns. Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. We brought cake, and we've also brought these set lists as well that are...
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. It's because he's got
I
a
just
massive
want,
I've got a
ass.
huge
He's got
butt,
a
Scott. It's
wide
actually...
bum.
Like, Pink Plates have actually...
You seen Michael's bum?
We're a very well-endowed band, like with a derriere of punks.
We thought about
You guys are thick.
we thought about
Yeah.
renaming ourselves to the Bunda Boys. but the Venga boys threatened to sue.
We also thought about
Pink bundas.
Pink bundas.
We're actually thinking about a potential rebrand. Well, no, more of a side project.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah, we should
Fair.
see what he thinks.
Can we pitch you a band name?
Go.
It is going to be, right?
Sink Pisser and the Piss Sinkers.
Sink pisser and the sink pissers.
Sink
Or-
Pisser and the Piss Sinkers.
Sink pisser and the... Okay, right.
Sink Pisser and the Piss Sinkers, or Piss Sinker and the Sink Pissers.
Okay.
Or perhaps testicular manslaughter. We haven't figured it out yet. How are those hitting for you?
Testicular manslaughter. I don't think you guys are grindcore enough to be called that.
Oh yeah, we need to be probably a bit heavier. What about
Chick West from the Polar Express.
Chick West with the Polar Express. That's cute.
I kick amputees?
That's punk rock.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. What
What
about
was the one that we sorted out on T-shirt? Box
what
Biter.
about
Box biter.
Box Biter, but I'd still go down on a MILF.
What about my mum shook hands with Robert Mugabe?
Oh, we need to make
Actually,
a
yeah, can we
clarification.
clarify that? 'Cause
we
that
need to.
actually never
I've gotten
happened.
in so much trouble from my family because it
Yeah.
was not Robert Mugabe.
It
was
was.
Nelson Mandela,
Which is
which is like the opposite of Robert Mugabe.
We need to clear
no,
the
for
record
real.
there,
My
yeah.
mum was so upset. Well, you know, you caught me in a vulnerable state, Scott. You know, took advantage of me, if you will. But
I did not. You
Yeah.
sprinted into my house, and I didn't even.
no
let you
one
in.
connected to my family has ever met Robert Mugabe. I just want to clarify that.
okay.
It was Nelson Mandela.
It was
That was
Nelson
Nelson
Mandela.
Mandela. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Robert Mugabe's more fun though.
yeah.
No,
know-
I mean I wouldn't say fun, but you know.
Well,
spicy.
you did say it, and we're not going to endorse that.
Not
so when
gonna
you get
endorse it?
cancelled, we're distanced from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do not associate with,
With
any.
you.
You don't.
With you
Or anyone.
specifically. Shut this down.
I was gonna rebrand to Only Fools. That's what I was gonna rebrand to.
Only fools and horses.
No, just Only Fools, but you know.
Pink Pony Club.
I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood.
We should rebrand to Ritalin.
Yeah.
Ritalin.
Ritalin. 20
mean, you
milligram
could-
slow release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get the slow
I was gonna say,
releases.
is that like another side business, like Black Sands Ritalin?
What, like a new IPA flavor?
I mean,
It's like, hey,
Good.
do you like a nice craft beer, quality made with local ingredients, and do you have a test to study for?
yeah.
Ritalin IPA.
Do you find when you're drinking an IPA, you can't really focus on the tasting notes? That's why I put Ritalin in my IPA, so I can
Oh,
lock
I thought you
in.
put meth in your IPA, no?
I mean, Ritalin's like kitty meth.
It is a
I
little.
thought it was like Kitty Coke, but I don't know.
That's why
Tit for
that's
tat.
why all my Untapped reviews of Black Sands are 4 pages long.
Oh yeah, if you guys know what Untapped is,
Then
you
you've
should
never
go-
felt the touch of a woman.
Yeah, then you know what, you're probably having a good life.
Okay.
If you know what Untapped is and use it every day,
I don't know what Untapped
grow
is.
the fuck up.
I don't know what that is.
It's like Yelp for beers. It's so that people who know fucking nothing about
It
brewing
already sounds really pretentious.
It's like
can talk shit about brewers'
like,
beers.
It's
Wow.
like the Nautilus of social media.
You know what they called the second one that actually made it? The USS Nautilus. Yeah. I know that's pretty bad. I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
That's insulting, eh?
Yeah, it's like having another Titanic. But didn't they do that? Didn't they do
Titanic
another?
2?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the movie, another boat.
yeah, another boat. Yeah,
okay.
just Titanic 2.
Hey, do you know I got traumatized by the Titanic movie? I've got a story for you, Scott. Story time.
Okay.
So when I came back from high school in China, I went on a date with this girl.
Okay,
from-
something else. You went to high school in China?
for like a very short amount of time.
Wow.
Black Sands. And then
It is your brewery,
I
after
dated
all.
this.
We're all going
I
down
dated
together
this
was the
girl.
idea.
We went on a first date to a movie theater. She was from Sichuan province. And we went to go see Titanic when it re-released in HD at St. Luke's Cinema. And I really needed to pee, but I was so nervous because like I wanted to ask her to be my girlfriend in the movie theater. I was probably like 15 at the time, 16, and I had to pee so bad. I held it the whole movie until the end and then asked her out and we kissed and it was a beautiful moment. I had to pee so bad that, you know when you hold it in for too long, then you can't go anymore because you've like clogged up your nerves. I went to go pee and there was a massive line of people behind me in the urinal. Now I'm sure you're familiar with the term stage fright. You whip it out, you can't pee because there's someone behind you and next to you. You're like, oh my God, I feel so infantilized right now. I don't know what that word means. But
Like
I never had
childlike.
that. That's not what I meant.
Emasculated.
Emasculated,
is what you're
yeah,
looking for.
that's what I meant to say. And literally, I never had that problem, but there was a line of people behind me, and I couldn't go. And in my head, everyone's like, look at this guy. He's had his penis out for like 3-4 Mississippis, and he hasn't started a steady flow stream. And I had to walk back out to gather myself. Ever since that day, I cannot pee in front of another person.
Really?
Well, actually, no. I peed in front of you last night.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was
Hey, you
gonna
know what?
say, yeah,
And
we did that last night.
Moral of the story is
Moral of the story is don't believe anything.
We crossed streams just in that bathroom over there.
urinals are like the Nautilus of my life.
I've got a funny urinal story, and I want to.
Okay. A quick one.
Yeah, it is quick. I
Make
want to.
this really long.
Well, I want to put it to the Only Scots fans because I feel a little
Fan
bit.
base.
Yeah, I feel a bit ripped off. I quite like urinal jokes. Like, I'm a absolute extrovert, and I find like there is no better place to make people feel awkward than at a urinal because of all the social cues.
It's a vulnerable place.
Yeah, and so I was a little bit drunk at a rugby game, and I was at Eden Park, and it was shoulder to shoulder urinal etiquette.
See, now that's hell for me.
And so
anxiety central.
Does not sound enjoyable.
Totally chill for me, and I'm like, well, this is a good time to bust out my Type 5 comedy routine. And so I walk in, get my dick out, and go...
Before the urinal?
No, at the urinal.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a psycho. And
You're completely psychopathic.
And I'm sitting there, and I just look left, look right, and go, so this is where all the dicks hang out, eh? No one laughs. Except me, because I'm like, well, that flopped, so I'm like...
Oh, no.
And it's even worse.
No.
But I thought that was quite a good one.
That was pretty good.
And I was just like, I think maybe people were taken aback. Like, it's not the place for a joke, and maybe they were just a little bit shocked.
Yeah.
I think they were a bit shocked. I'd be a bit shocked.
I also,
If you go to, hey, nice equipment, can I hold it for you? You know.
I also, I have a...
My other one's in the car.
I have a urinal thing where if I'm pissing at a urinal and someone comes up and starts pissing next to me, I try and out-piss them because I'm naturally competitive.
Right. You want your stream to be superior.
And so I'll...
In speed or just force?
Just duration. So like...
Oh, longer.
So like if I've started pissing, they come in afterwards, I want to
Yeah.
still be pissing by the time they leave.
Yeah.
Because I want them to know how hydrated I am. And it's always just been in the back of my head as like a little thingy. And one time, actually, I was in Hamilton in about 2016, and I was pissing in a urinal. Someone comes up, starts pissing next to me, and then he finishes up, and he goes, you bet me, mate, strong stream. And I'm like, he was thinking the same thing. And incredible. We just had this telepathic moment at the urinal.
Of a competition of who has the strongest stream.
Have you got any funny urinal stories, Scott?
None that I can think of right now. No, not really.
A urinal's quite a serious matter for you.
I mean, I'm there to do business. I guess it is. I'm there to do business.
Where do you find joy in your life, if not at a urinal?
And not the urinal? I mean, I'll be real. A good number two.
No joy in my life. Oh, good number two.
A good number two, I have immense joy.
Are you the kind of guy that is like in and out on the number two, or do you like hang about?
I'll hang about.
What's your poison of choice? YouTube videos?
YouTube shorts?
Probably just Pornhub.
Just to help you shit?
The self-blumpkin.
Yeah, you just do both at the same time. That's Blumpkin.
Wow, I almost choked on my Black Sands
A
APA.
blumpkin is where you are defecating while receiving a blowjob. So I guess like if you're watching Pornhub,
right.
A self-blumpkin would be jacking off while...
Self-autofellatio whilst pooping.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't autofellatio. It's probably a bit close to the business. Scott, I've been improving my brain, which may shock your fans after the last time we've been on the podcast.
No,
but I play blitz chess while I'm taking a number two.
Blitz chess?
Blitz chess?
Yeah, I play blitz chess. I play on the 3-minute time restriction with a 2-second increment.
That's fucking impressive.
Yeah. If it's a big shit, sometimes I take like 2 or 3 games. Because they're quite quick.
Yeah.
And if like I don't know, if you get like a little cheeky like 15-move checkmate, you're like, I'm down for another one. I'm not done.
Fucking.
I didn't hear no bell.
That sounds fun. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah,
Blitz
you
chess
should play more
when
blitz
I
chess.
poo.
You can play blitz chess fucking everywhere. I absolutely clapped someone while drunk last night. It was incredible.
But did you play any chess? Hey, y'all.
All right, boys. Racing going to have to...
I'm going to give you a rundown on this
One
game,
more.
Scott.
The piss story was long.
One quick piss story, and then you've told 4 since.
Yeah, I know.
I'll give you one more.
One more.
Well, I was just going to tell you about this chess game, but it wasn't actually that interesting. The guy blundered his queen, pinned it.
Okay.
Well, there you have it, folks.
There you have
All
it,
right.
folks.
Pink plates, everybody.